Hey, what's up guys? I want to make this video for the guys over at Knifeforums. I just posted this lot of stuff for sale. These are all fire making tools. And I just, it's good to always have pictures along with, sale listings, but a video is even better. So basically this is just for the guys at Knifeforums. If you are interested in buying this and you're watching this on YouTube, you can contact me via a private message. And basically just the first person who offers me the money and is able to pay gets it. If the first person says I want it and I can't pay, I'll just go to the next person that makes an offer. But what I want to do is I want to sell all this to one person. I know it really stinks for a lot of you guys who don't have a lot of money and you just maybe want just one item in here, and I just can't break it down. It's too complicated to send 15 packages out to 15 different people and have to worry about shipping and all that stuff for each one. So all this for one price, and I'm just going to go over each item as brief as I possibly can, as long as I get the information across. But a lot of this stuff you've seen in other videos. If you watch my videos, I don't need to do demonstrations, but I'll just give you a quick explanation. Try not to make this video too long because most likely it's going to sell pretty fast, and I don't want to tease a bunch of people. I apologize if you get here too late and it's already sold by the time you see this video. By the way, by now, if it was sold, across the bottom of your screen should say sold, nice and large. So I apologize if you were interested and you just came in too late. But anyway, just real quick, let me just go over some of the stuff. I have some cheapo lighters in here. I just have a lot of them. That's why I'm throwing them in here. They're not worth anything. They're like dollar store lighters. But they're all filled up. They're all new. And same with this one. Just another lighter. So that's that. Alright, what else? I have some matches here. This is a Walmart match holder. It's got a little ferrocerium rod on the bottom. I have Strike Anywhere matches in here, which are actually really cool. I haven't seen these in a long time. Last time I saw them in a store, I picked up a couple boxes of them. The little white tips allow you to strike it pretty much anywhere. I mean, I can strike it off the table, strike it on, a rough rock, tree bark, anything. Anything that has somewhat of a texture to it would work fine. You just don't see them anymore. So I thought that was pretty cool. But anyway, I have that. You're going to get a mini stainless steel peanut lighter. This is the smallest version. This is not filled. You're going to have to fill this with fluid, just regular lighter fluid, the liquid, not the gas, okay, for this to work, because right now it's out of fluid. And I need to go to the store and pick some up for myself. So you're going to get one of those. This is the cylindrical version of the permanent match, which is absolutely awesome, but I actually picked up two of them, so this is my spare. And this you'll also need to fill with fluid. I'm not sure if there's any left here. Let's see. Nope. I'm not going to keep sparking it because I don't want to, waste all the ferrocerium here on the side. So you will need to put some liquid lighter fluid in there as well. Also, I have a fire steel here. This one's marked Kershaw. Got this from New Graham Knives a couple years ago. Didn't use it much. Maybe 15 strikes off of this. And you guys know how to use this. Basically, just kind of give yourself as much slack as you can. Grip here, and then just use a striker to push forward. Real simple to use. I have a fire aviation kit. I'm not sure if I did a video on this. This is a cool little, is a military surplus item. You have these little fire bundles. It's this material that you basically just break open, okay, to expose the inside, and you hit it with some sparks, and you have a striker in this kit as well. Here's your striker. Arrows to show which way to strike it. Very simple. And of course, once you run out of these pads, if you do have dry enough tinder, you can just directly hit it with a spark. It's real simple. I think this is even easier to use than a fire steel. But once you run out of a flint, that's it. I mean, you can't, I don't see a way to actually add another flint to this. So the flint's decent. You're going to have a couple hundred, if not over 1,000 strikes with this. But I guess the fire steel has the advantage in that respect, that once you run out of flint here, you're done. So anyway, cool little kit though, nice and compact. So you get that. You get a, I think this is a Colgan's or whatever it's called, Conglins. I don't know. It's the same as the Doan brand magnesium bars. You have a ferrocerium rod here which you strike, but you take a blade and you shave off some of the magnesium into a little pile. Hit that with a spark. Of course, that lights up real nice for you. What I have is a little flip it knife here. I've always had this knife paired with this. because I didn't want to actually use the blade that's on me. So this is kind of my beater blade. It's got a, I wouldn't say sharp edge, but it's a decent edge. And I would use that to flake off some of the magnesium. Okay, and then of course use the back of the blade to strike. Alright, so this knife goes with this. And a little word of warning is that if you don't have nails, you don't have long nails, it's going to be a pain. Once you keep this open, it kind of clicks in, but it's very hard to get in there. So you can use the corner of a rock or something to pop that out. Just want to make a note of that because that's always been a pain for me. Alright, that's how that knife works. So you get that. We also have a Strike Force blast match type fire starter. Pull the cap off. Huge fat ferrocerium rod. Nice thick stainless steel striker. You know, you can go all the way around this. This will give you tons and tons of different fires. Very simple to use. Kind of clicks back together or snaps back together. On the back here you have a hidden little compartment with this has the original wet fire pack in here. This stuff is awesome. I'm going to do a video on wet fire in the future. It's just great stuff. There's nothing like it. I mean, there's a lot of imitation wet fire and a lot of it's cheaper, and I think it works off the same principle, but it is just awesome stuff. Alright, now we're on to my three favorite things. This is a custom aluminum fire piston. I got this off a gentleman who makes these on Knifeforums. He sells them for $65 a piece plus shipping. Basically how this works, if you don't know, it runs off the same principle as a diesel engine. You have this piston, and then when you jam down on this, and what I found is easiest to do is when you get all set up and ready to use, you know, a hammer grip here and to slam on something, you know, just a, I wouldn't say a rock because you don't want to damage it, but you know, on kind of a hard surface. I usually do it just against the side of a tree. You slam it down, it forces all this air inside of this tube here to the tip, and all the air being forced down generates heat. And what you do is, before you do this, you put a little piece of dry tinder in the tip here. Okay, I like to use char cloth. It lights the easiest. And basically, like I said, you kind of slam it down, and then the second you slam it down, you pull it out as fast as you can because you need some oxygen to that, and you're going to get a little amber. Okay, and then you can work with that to make a fire. Very cool. You're going to want an O-ring in this channel here. I do have an O-ring on here. I store it up top just because it's easier to store this together. Once the O-ring's on, I'll show you here. This tends to want to just pop up, but see how it kind of rises up. So what you want to do though also is put a little bit of lubricant on here. Some lip balm, chapstick, Vaseline would be the best, just to get a little bit, reduce a little bit of the friction. Okay, so you don't rip your O-ring. And that's pretty much it with this. So that's the custom fire piston. A very cool item. I just don't use it that often, to be honest. So it's just sitting around. I figured I'd pass it on. This is a fire starter. This is actually one of the coolest fire starters I've ever seen. It's very simple. It uses kind of a Mish metal, which I'll have a video on in the future as well. But this is from Hedgehog Leatherworks. Okay. Basically the sheath. This is not made by Hedgehog Leatherworks. In fact, I looked on their website recently and I didn't find this setup at all, so I don't know if they even still sell it. But it's a completely knurled aluminum casing. You have an O-ring on here to keep moisture out. And the Mish metal, when you strike this, and the striker's on the tip here, I'm not going to do it because the spark lasts a while, but when you strike it, your spark, you know, the sparks you get off of this do last longer than, you know, a regular ferrocerium rod. Okay, so they're even more effective and they burn even hotter. Like I said, I'll have a demonstration in the future about Mish metal. But very cool, very high quality leather case here you get with this. It's a really neat item. It's got a button snap for quick detach and put on your belt or your bag or whatever. Like I said, I don't think they sell these anymore. You can always ask Paul. He has a channel here on YouTube as well, Hedgehog Leatherworks, but the website's hedgehogleatherworks.com. I did do a full review on this before, if you want to look it up if you're interested, if you haven't seen it before. But this was $85 plus shipping, and this was $65 plus shipping. So just between these two items here, you basically have a pretty good deal. The rest is pretty much gravy. And the last thing here, and one of my favorite ways to make fire, is the regular fire and steel. I have jute twine to use for my tinder to make a little bird's nest. I have a piece of English flint. I have a carbon steel striker here. I have some char cloth. You take a little piece of char cloth, you put it on the edge of your flint, okay, and then you just strike down with your striker. Sorry about that, guys. The battery power died on me. The last thing I have here is a bag with some more jute twine, and I have some 00 steel wool. And if you ever never seen the steel wool trick, I never did a video on it, but there's so many on here on YouTube already. You just basically take a 9-volt battery, you know, the square ones you have in your smoke detectors, and you touch both positive and negative to the steel wool, and of course it lights on fire. You can basically take a little piece of this, light it up, and put it in your bird's nest or tinder bundle, and it just works really great. You don't have to necessarily have a 9-volt battery. It's easiest because both positive and negative are on their same side, so basically touch it like that. But if you actually take this and you make kind of a long skinny piece of it, I mean, you want to have a decent amount. It can't be real thin, but no matter how you do this, you could take any battery as long as you touch the positive and negative. So if you had a big piece like this, you could take, say, a double A, and as long as you nestle it in so that both positive and negative are touching, that you get the same effects. So anyway, that's it. If I didn't already mention it, the whole lot here together is going to be sold to one person, whoever's interested in it. First come, first serve. The price is going to be $120. That includes shipping. That includes me eating PayPal fees if you do happen to pay with PayPal. So $120 for everything you see here, and that's it. I apologize if if you see this video too late and you missed it and it's already sold. But anyway, I really appreciate you guys watching as always, and I thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.